From the showroom at Mohawk Honda on Route 50 in Glenville, Roger Weiland, Chris Honorado, Brian Mariano, back in our 104.5, the Team ESPN studios. The head coach of the Siena men's basketball team is Jimmy Patsos. The MAAC Tournament starts tomorrow. Good morning, Coach.
Hello, Roger. What an overtime win
Coach.
You had on Saturday. I was there to watch.
I know you were. I know you were. Well, yeah, I was hoping it wouldn't get to overtime, but it did. We ran a little side-out play, Coach.
Roger. So, Roger,
yeah.
At the end of regulation, you thought you had it with that little bucket. And then you very calmly told them not to foul. I watched you. You were a little more animated in overtime, but you kept your composure at the end of regulation. I just want to let all the fans know that.
Yeah, well, I had already been warned by the officials a couple of times that they've heard enough of me throughout the course of the game, so the last thing I wanted was to get teed up and to have them make foul shots and us lose the game because of me in regulation. So I eased up on that call.
I haven't got one that you did this year, so I understand we have to listen to the refs. I also want to comment on your cool.
How about that?
Oh, yeah, I was there. It was good. And then Hurley and his team won the next one. I'm scouting the 4th and 5th graders. I'll tell you one thing. It's a great order. I just want to go really quickly. I've been to a few games to see Jack Donahue and your guys. That's a well-run organization. That's a well-run basketball thing they do there.
Yeah, that's that Capital District CDBYL, and it's competitive, and we've got good players, good kids, good families, and as you know, Jimmy, at any level, man, it's competitive as all heck. It really is. We compete, and our win got us to the Final Four this weekend, so we're the 1 seed. North Colony will be a 2 seed, and Clifton Park will be a 3 seed, and Albany will be a 4, and I'm telling you what, a couple of points separates all 4 of those teams every time they play. So
yeah, I know people were talking about it, but yeah, which is how our season's gone. You know, we kind of have we've been on the wrong side. I think we're like in some of the most. We have the young team. Mike Demos does a great job of we're one of the youngest teams. We have a tough schedule. This is all excuses that I don't like, but yet he does give me good positive stuff to feed off of, Mike. Like, we've been in the most close games in our league. We're just, we're like 5 and 10 and 4 points or less. 15 games have been decided by 4 points or less. And things like that hopefully get you ready for the tournament. We had a really good practice yesterday. We're excited to play. Please come out, the fans. Thursday at 7 is probably the best starting time we could have got in terms of for the fans. There's a lot of excitement around the area because I live down here. You can feel the buzz coming for the MAAC tournament in general. And I know Manhattan and Ione is a great first-round matchup. But our game against Quinnipiac, Baker Dunleavy's done a great job there. Rich Kelly's an all-rookie team, as was Prince Aduro. And they have this guy, Cameron Young, who's a senior, kind of emerged from nowhere, and he's one of the best players in the league. He's all league. And we welcome back the Shark. The Shark might be old Dobo, who he said Tim Tebow should start in the outfield for the Mets. And I kind of, hope that happens because then they're coming in last, and his Mets will be, because I'm a Yankees fan. But there'll be a lot of contingencies coming into town. But we have to play well. I mean, it's interesting. We've started well in games and then not played so well. We've started poorly in games and really battled to the end. And I thought we had a really good practice yesterday. We had one of our best practices of the year. It's kind of the new energy. Khalil Richards is finally pretty much – Khalil and Horn are our 2 starting guards. They haven't been healthy since January. And they both looked really good yesterday, knock on wood. Kadeem, Prince, Evan's going to be a really solid performer. But we kind of need that one extra spark. I really hope Tom can do it. Maybe it's Christian. But we need that one extra guy off the bench, and I'm really looking forward to seeing who it is. But the kids are ready to play.
Coach, you play Quinnipiac twice this year, both close games, home, away.
The one here was really close. They blocked the shot at the end to beat us. That's what I'm talking about. We missed the shot. We didn't get an offensive rebound that they got and kicked out for a 3. And then we had our shot blocked. And that's the nature of the game. Those are the breaks of the game. I don't pinpoint. There's usually 10 to 15 plays a game that are big difference makers just because that was in the last minute. We didn't do enough to win the game. Down there, I thought we were just okay, to be honest with you. Our road woes, something's going to change. Next year we're doing a whole different routine. We're going to try a million different things if we have to. But we were a little lackluster down there, I thought. And I thought we were going to play well. So young teams and inexperienced teams, you don't know what works or doesn't work. But we're just telling you we had a great practice yesterday. We're going to have another great practice today. And it's Kelly. It's Young. They got a four-man that can really shoot. But Daniels is the key. They had gotten rid of Daniels, and they brought him back slowly. He's their sixth man, but he's relished in the role. He's a senior. He's a really big guy. So we need Prince, Evan, and possibly Sammy to help contain him. So, but it's just going to be a good game. It's going to be one of those drag-out brawls that the MAAC's known for. But it's at least Thursday at 7, and I really encourage everyone to come down.
Jimmy, as we talk about the youth of this team, would you expect it to be kind of ignorance is bliss tomorrow night, or do you expect the lights to be really bright on these guys and maybe a slow start?
That's a good question. I'm going more with Jordan Horn's a really student of the game. Like, we were all texting last night watching Carolina and Miami. What a great game. My friend coaches at Miami. What a great game, and Miami really outplayed them, but it's Carolina. You got to fight to get over that hump. But in other words, it was a really good game. So Khalil and I are texting, and the Kadimers texting, and things like that. That's really good to hear. Like, they're not just going, oh, I can't wait for the season to be over. They're, like, excited. They're like, hey, they ran our play, but they had a little wrinkle in it. So I would say ignorance is bliss would be my answer.
And, Jimmy, and I'm sure you've already addressed with your team, right? This time of the year, it doesn't make any difference what happened in the regular season. Everybody is 0-0. I know we use that all the time, but it is absolutely true.
Yeah, John Dargenio and myself, we try not to get caught up, and it's only 3 games in March because every game matters. The non-conference gets you ready for the conference. While we didn't win as many games clearly, and I'm not really pleased with that, I don't dwell on it either. I don't dwell in the past. We played tough at home, which the fans deserve. Our fans they get the A. They get the A this year for how patient they've been, how supportive they've been. Most importantly, they just come out. The fans have just been unbelievable. Fairfield 1-point loss. I own a triple overtime win. Monmouth, double overtime loss. But things of that nature help the team, even though I know at the time we were a little hurt by it. But now it is the 3 games in March. Now it is the tournament. And there's only one team. The BCS is getting scary out there. I would ask those questions more for my athletic director, John, than me. But it's just hard to get 2 teams in other than the 5 or 6 power conferences. And now it's down to who wins the tournament goes, and that's the way it's going to be. And we have as much chance as anybody else because we're playing here. And I like the Thursday night game, though, because if you can just battle your way through that, anything's possible.
All right, so for those who are going to the MAAC tournament, I know you're going to have a huge crowd. You've had huge crowds all season long, so I think tomorrow we'll be rocking and rolling at the Times Union Center. What are the keys if you're going to the game and watching your team play? Give me a couple, 3 keys here that need to happen for you to get by the first round and beat Quinnipiac.
We got to try to contain Young. Young and Kelly, those 2 guys, you can't let them go off. We have to be aggressive on our offense. We have to shoot. We got to shoot open shots, like in transition. We got to kind of get some good looks. One of my things I've told this young team is you're passing up good looks, and they're like, yeah, well, we're trying. Or they're a little nervous, or they're overthinking, and that's when I think about ignorance is bliss. They kind of told me, Chris, to just wipe the minds free, just go, play your game, and rebounds. When they got offensive rebounds, they kick them out for 3. So we have to defensive rebound. That's been our problem against them. They get a rebound, they got 3 or 4 good shooters. Now, so do we now that we have Horn and Khalil coming back. But I think actually maybe Kadeem Smitten versus, if I didn't have one matchup, it's Kadeem Smitten versus Kelly. Kelly looks like a guy you wouldn't even pick for pickup. The guy's an assassin, okay? He's quietly just goes about his business. Great player, changes gears. He hit a bank shot here to beat us here. So Kelly versus Kadeem Smitten. But I just want to comment on one thing you guys said. I was listening to you coming back from Orange Theory. That Glens Falls situation up there is a great situation for high school basketball. I was up there. Can't comment on recruiting, but a great arena. I love going up there. It's just a cool little town and a great atmosphere, and I agree with you that that's a great place to watch games.
Yeah, New York State stole, tradition away from the city of Glens Falls, and they'll be in Binghamton, which is too bad. But you know what? That's the way life goes, and we move on. Remember the good times. Coach, I want to ask you one thing here, unrelated to your team, but I've been dying to ask you this question all season long, and the NIT has beaten me to it, because this year's NIT tournament is going to 4 quarters instead of 2 halves. In every other walk of basketball life, you play 4 quarters. Do you see Division I basketball going to 4 quarters, and would you like to see it?
Yeah, I mean, look, I want the three-point line to move back to the NBA's line. You know, Jay Billis does this whole dissertation, good friend of mine, Jay. We should do almost everything they do. You know, in other words, why Little League's the same whether it's in Japan, Korea, the Philippines, or us. Why isn't basketball the same? You're exactly. I agree with you completely, Chris. In other words, from Little League to regular, you know, it's just soccer's the same. You know, hockey's the same. Okay, they used to have a tiny bit bigger rink, and then here we go in basketball, and we're a completely different game. So I totally agree with you. Just make it kind of uniform. You know, I wish we all had the same shot clock. In other words, you go to a high school game and just everybody have the same shot clock. Now, I'd like to see the NBA go to 30 if we're going to do that, because 24 is quick. But I'm down with 24. In other words, just make the game uniform. I'm kind of, hey, look, points put people on the board. But I agree with you, Chris. Just make it all uniform. You know, the girls are playing that way. Why don't we just play that way? I'm fine with that.
Coach, can you get me a press pass for tomorrow night's game?
We can get anything you want. You're Roger Weiland. You're the biggest
I'm
star
coming to
500 miles.
And a meal ticket.
All right, 100 miles, 100.
Push for the meal ticket.
Yeah, a meal ticket and a press pass. I'm coming to the game tomorrow night, Coach. I'll be in the house.
Hey, thanks, you guys. Tell Nick at Honda I said hello. I got to go feed my squirrel.
I will, and see you, Coach. Good luck tomorrow night, man.
Thank you, Jimmy.
But, hey, man, really, please, it's going to be a great game. Everybody come out, and our kids are working hard, and we just have to find a way to win the game. All right, thanks.
Thank you, Coach.